basically, and you can see my screen. Everybody can see my screen.
Sir.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
Is sound still low?
It's little low, but I mean I was able to hear you, but हाँ मतलब मुझे full volume करना पड़ रहा है तब जाके थोड़ा clear हो रहा है. So maybe you can speak a little louder.
Okay. ठीक है. I'll try to speak a little louder.
Yeah.
Done. So we'll start. पहले लेकिन सबसे पहले तो it's a standard disclaimer because see we are in a very highly regulated market. ठीक है ना? I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor. आज everything we will be discussing a process how to use strike because smart tools do make the life of a trader easy. And so since stocks will be discussed, so we would please do not take it as a buy sell recommendation. Okay. So our agenda for today is basically आपको उसमें भी देखा होगा. We will start with the basics of price movement and then we'll start the basics of open interest. Then how efficiently we can use the strike platform to our advantage, and then I'll discuss some trades of which I took. Although I took many trades, but we'll stick to only 3 or 4 trades for the month of April. One thing I'll want to clarify here that the whole setup is for the options buyer. If we are not seeing from the seller's perspective, it's a buyer's because I am an option buyer, so we are seeing this strategy from an option buyer's angle. And the time frame for the charts we'll be using is maximum hourly. Sometimes I use 15 minutes and even 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes for the options price, but 15 minutes and hourly because if we do not go, we don't go beyond hourly. Daily पे हम नहीं जाएंगे. Everything will be in maximum restricted to hours. Okay, जी. So let's see how the price moves. As you all know, the price movement is basically in 2 phases. One is the momentum phase and other वो consolidation में चला जाता है. You open any chart, अगर आप इसमें भी देखोगे, the price is moving in consolidation for long period of time. And if I see कोई भी chart ले लीजिए आप, whichever chart you take, see here, this is a momentum move, right? This again goes into consolidation. This we can say only this much is a momentum for our benefit. For a cash trader or a future seller or future trader, this whole move can be considered as a momentum move, right? But for an option buyer, only this much part is left for him to encash, because once the price goes sideways for these many bars, the premium will decay, right? So basically, we as an option buyer will focus on these movements. We would like to capture maximum squeeze out or maximum profit from these movements. This is a daily chart. अगर हम lower time frame पे भी जाएंगे, so every time frame will have a same kind of structure. Okay, so this becomes your price movement. Or everybody knows 80% of the time the instrument is always in a consolidation, right? And 80% of the move happens in 20% of the time. So we need to be active. We need to be ready with our all guns blazing to capture that move in those 20% of time. Okay. Now we come to the future open interest. So futures open interest अगर आप देखोगे तो that is basically divided into 4 stages. The long built up, long unwinding, short covering, and short waiting. So how this happens is जब price ऊपर जाना शुरू करता है, supposing the contract is starts here, right? Then it goes up, तो यहाँ पे open interest बढ़ना शुरू होगा, and we'll say that it is making a long built up, right? Then suddenly the price dips because जो long किए हैं जिन्होंने, उनका target achieve हो गया, so they will try to book profits. So we say it is in long unwinding has happened. Then it goes into sideways move. अब उसमें there can be a long built up, there can be a short built up, but basically there's a nothing move, right? It's a time pass. Then again the price moves, it's again a long. Then after long unwinding, suppose the long unwinding के बाद यहाँ पे there is a consolidation, right? Then the price drops. So this phase is basically your short company, short built up. And once the shorts, the person who has shorted starts booking profit, there is always a V-shaped recovery. So short covering में there is always a V-shaped recovery because the shorts are covered in a very quick pace, at a very quick pace. So long unwinding happens slowly, but the shorts are covered very quickly. But this structure then goes up. Once after short covering exhausted, then we again goes to long. So ये मोटा मोटा basically the life cycle of a futures contract, right? But our today's agenda is not on futures trading. We are focusing on options trading. So options, open interest में there are only two steps. One is short built up and short covering. What is short built up? Whenever open interest in options, जब हम बोलते हैं कि open interest is getting added, we mean that writers are writing the particular strike. Supposing Nifty में we see 22,000 put, 22,500 put पे अभी the open interest has increased from say 1 crore to 1.5 crores. So there is a 50 lakhs addition of open interest. That means as a general principle, or you can say general understanding, that that writers have added 50 lakh, written more contracts worth 50 lakh of Nifty, right? तो जब भी ऑप्शंस में ओपन इंटरेस्ट की बात होती है, द एडिशन और रिडक्शन, इट इज फ्रॉम ऑप्शन सेलर्स पर्सपेक्टिव. अगर ऑप्शन सेलर हैज रिटर्न मोर, तो ओपन इंटरेस्ट बढ़ रहा है. अगर उसने कवर किया, देन द शॉर्ट कवरिंग इज हैपनिंग. So when if 22,500 put may from 1 crore to, it says it goes back to 95 lakhs. So we say short covering has happened in that 22,500 put, right? Because sellers have covered their positions, or either they are booking their profit or they are facing some problem, right? So अभी आपने देखा कि फ्यूचर्स में देयर इज 4 स्टेजेस, बट ऑप्शंस देयर आर ओनली 2 स्टेजेस. आइदर शॉर्ट बिल्ट अप होगा या शॉर्ट कवरिंग होगी. नाउ एज एन ऑप्शन बायर वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन दिस सेकंड पार्ट व्हिच इज शॉर्ट कवरिंग. ओके, चलो ये हो गया ओपन इंटरेस्ट का. सी ओपन इंटरेस्ट में अभी जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया कि 22,500 की पुट पे आया. ओपन इंटरेस्ट कैन आल्सो डिफाइन योर ब्रॉडर रेंज. मतलब मोटा मोटी वो ये बता देगा कि फॉर नेक्स्ट वीक और सो, और फॉर नेक्स्ट 15 टिल द डेट ऑफ एक्सपायरी, व्हाट कुड बी द रेंज ऑफ दैट इंस्ट्रूमेंट. लाइक इन दिस अगर हम देखें तो 22,000 पुट हैज द हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट एंड 23,000 कॉल हैज द हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट, राइट? सो राइट नाउ द मेजर the broader range of Nifty is 22,000 to 23,000. For this particular expiry, I am not disclosing the expiry here because for just because I am just taking an example. We are not analyzing it. उसके बाद then the interest, open interest, some open interest is as 22,500, right? Put, there is higher open interest lesser than 22,000. So and 22,800 come. So basically within the broader range between the larger support and resistance, there is minor support and resistance at 22,500 put and 22,000. So idea is to say tell that uh, ओपन इंटरेस्ट के बेसिस पे भी हम सपोर्ट एंड रेजिस्टेंस डिफाइन करते हैं एज अ एफएनओ ट्रेडर्स वी focus more on this open interest, support and resistance based on open interest rather than on price. Because अगर आप प्राइस पे देखोगे, let's go back to the निफ्टी चार्ट, वहीं पे देखोगे, although it may come as similar, but exact level आपको नहीं मिलेगा. So basically अगर आप देखोगे, this is right, this is your resistance, right, 22,800, and we can say this range is your, this range is your demand zone, right, 21,700 to 20,000, 21,800, right. But my open interest is saying it is exactly 22,000 to 23,000. Now so and there is minor. Now अब ये जो माइनर वाली है, ये यहाँ पे आपको कहीं नहीं दिख रही है, this 22,500 to 22,000, right. But then there is actually some more, this range as per our open interest, that this is more of a माइनर सपोर्ट इज एट हियर, और ये एक कंजेशन जोन बन गया. अगर आप देखोगे, दिस इज अ कंजेशन जोन काइंड ऑफ. नाउ फॉर ऑप्शन बायर, अगर मैं ऑप्शन सेलर हूँ तो मैं क्या करूंगा, 22,000 इफ इट इज, और 22,000 की पुट और 23,000 की कॉल बेच के आराम से बैठ जाऊँ. इज 500 पॉइंट्स अवे, बट देन आई विल गेट अ लेसर प्रीमियम. अगर मुझे ज़्यादा प्रीमियम चाहिए तो आई सेल 22,500 पुट एंड 22,800, right. I'll get a more premium. But if this 22,000 breaks, then I'll have to cover. So for an option buyer, I will try to see who is covering in this range. Whether covering when the price hits this part, जब वो इधर आता है, क्या वो कवरिंग हो रही है या नहीं हो रही है. अगर वो कवरिंग हो रही है इन द पुट, देन आई विल पार्टिसिपेट. ठीक है ना. I'll suppose I'll enter somewhere around 22,500 for after a confirmation. This is just an example. My job is to capture this after the break of minor support till major support, right. So this is basically how we create a how we'll identify support and resistance using open interest, right. Now from an option buyer, देखिए, अब ऑप्शन बायर के लिए टाइमिंग ऑफ द एंट्री इज मोस्ट क्रिटिकल. व्हाई? बिकॉज इफ आई एंटर टू अर्ली एंड द कंसोलिडेशन हैज नॉट गॉन अवे, राइट, तो क्या होगा, मेरा प्रीमियम डिके हो जाएगा. दिस इज सपोज दिस इज अ डेली चार्ट. 4 दिन में अगर सपोज आई एंटर्ड एट दिस लेवल, यहाँ पे ये ब्रेकआउट हुआ और मैंने एंटर कर लिया, राइट. उसके बाद देर इज अराउंड हाउ मच, कितने दिन, 11 दिन, 11 बार्स, द प्राइस इज नॉट मूव्ड. इन दिस 12 बार्स द प्रीमियम विल रिड्यूस ड्रास्टिकली फॉर माय ऑप्शन. So it's not beneficial to me. So I need to time my entry in such a way that the move immediately happens. I need to enter here for this move, right. I need to enter here for this small move, and I need to decide, I need to exit also. With timing, the entry exit is also important. So for timing of entry or exit, we need to identify momentum. मोमेंटम हमें दो तरीके से मिल सकता है, या तो हम कोई इंडिकेटर आइडेंटिफाई करें, और वी यूज द प्राइस पैटर्न्स, राइट. प्लस वी विल यूज दिस ऑप्शन ओपन इंटरेस्ट टू आवर एडवांटेज. वी आर नॉट यूजिंग एनीथिंग ऑन स्टैंड अलोन बेसिस. अगर आप कहो कि सिर्फ ऑप्शंस ओआई पे के बेसिस पे आई डू इट, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इफ द प्राइस डज नॉट मूव, ऑप्शंस डेटा विल चेंज, स्पेशली इन इंडेक्स। ऑप्शन डेटा वीकली का तो हर 10 मिनट्स में ड्रास्टिकली चेंज होता है, राइट? सो वी नीड टू मेक अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ दिस इंडिकेटर एंड ऑप्शन ओआई टू आवर एडवांटेज, ठीक है? और एक चीज ध्यान रखिएगा, न्यूज फ्लो इज ऑलवेज डिस्काउंटेड इन प्राइस एंड डेटा। ये मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल भी दूंगा लास्ट में, हाउ द न्यूज फ्लो इज एन एडवांटेज, ऑलवेज इज फर्स्ट रिफ्लेक्टिंग इन योर डेटा एंड प्राइस, ठीक है? तो इंडिकेटर, कमिंग टू इंडिकेटर, व्हाट विल यूज दिस, वी विल यूज बॉलिंजर बैंड्स, राइट? अभी बॉलिंजर बैंड आप सब लोग जानते होंगे, इट इज अ बेसिकली अ स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन बैंड अराउंड अ मूविंग एवरेज, राइट? उसमें जो स्टैंडर्ड सेटिंग्स हैं वो रहती हैं आपकी 20 डे मूविंग एवरेज, विच वी कॉल इट लेंथ, एंड द स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इज 2। सो दिस इज बेसिकली आपका ये जो बॉलिंजर बैंड है, दिस इज रिफ्लेक्टिंग हाउ फार द प्राइस, हाउ द प्राइस इज मूविंग टुवर्ड्स away and towards the moving average, 20 period moving average. अभी मोस्टली पीपल use this Bollinger band for uh, identifying overbought and oversold condition. Like they will say कि whenever the Bollinger bands hit say like this, जब वो यहाँ पे hit करता है upper band को, then the price goes into consolidation, right? जब वो lower band को hit करता है यहाँ पे, then the price goes into consolidation, right? But to me, we are not using, because अगर आप यहाँ देखो, Bollinger Band को hit किया, instead of going into consolidation, it drops immediately, right? And यहाँ पे वो लगातार one hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. It is not consolidated. Only after 5th hit, it started consolidating. I don't know when it will start consolidating. So my job is to, so I am using it for the purpose of identifying the momentum in why, because Bollinger Band अगर आप यहाँ पे भी देखोगे, it's a cycle basically. अगर आप देखोगे Bollinger Bands, it goes in contraction mode, then expansion mode, contraction mode, expansion mode, right? यहाँ पे भी देखिए, it is going into contraction mode. This is basically a range, right? ये मोटा मोटा यहाँ तक is a contraction mode, right? Then this goes into expansion mode here, right? So whenever, because I am an option buyer, whenever the Bollinger Band is in a contraction mode or is trying to enter into a contraction mode, that is a red flag for me, because if the price goes into contraction mode, my premium will start eroding. और अगर एक्सपायरी के नज़दीक हूँ मैं, तो देन द स्पीड विल डबल इटसेल्फ, राइट? सो आई वांट टू आइडेंटिफाई एन एंट्री पॉइंट which where the Bollinger Band is about to expand, right? Where the Bollinger Band is about to expand. So अगर मैं यहाँ पे एंट्री मारूंगा, तो I'll buy an option, and supposing an entry was here, it's an 9%, right? Supposing an entry was here, it's an 18%. This is a daily chart, so it is that kind. So the ultimate purpose is to identify or to make an entry, because हमारा timing the entry, to enter at the start of the expansion mode, right? And exit when either we take as per our targets, or we take it based on what that Bollinger Band is trying to curve down. It's going into consolidation, right? Second part we see is Momentum type pattern. There are some patterns which are very good in momentum. अब normal swing breakout तो हर किसी का everybody knows, right? So like this. ये आपका basically a swing breakout. Again. Now it happened here also. 17th November. It happened on the 22nd November also, but it happened on 28th November also. But the actual move started after 28th November, right? But क्योंकि ये swing we still need to give a importance to. Then second one is your flag patterns, which are very good momentum patterns, like this one. देखिए, ठीक है ना? सब जानते हैं flag pattern का, right? I need not explain it more, right? Now I have to use this along with the open interest. उससे पहले अभी हमने एक बोला बॉलिंजर बैंड्स, राइट? बॉलिंजर बैंड्स की एक्सपेंशन हम कैसे जानें? Whether the Bollinger Bands is coming into expansion mode or not, right? Abhi, I cannot keep on tracking if I'm using a 15-minute chart. I cannot keep on tracking 180 stocks chart, right? I need a scanner. So we use for that strike. Strike में there is a if anybody using strike, आपको पता होगा discover section में there is a scanner option, right? In that there is a technical scanner. Technical scanner में Bollinger Bands. So this scanner we use on an F1 basket. Although we can use any number of baskets, all indices, all sectoral indices, all total, even total market also. We can use it on hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. But because we are focusing on options buying and as I told you in the initial discussion itself, we will not focus beyond hourly chart. So this is my setting for this. And the scanner we use is early band binding. This gives you an indication that the band is starting to widen. Now the band can start to widen from anywhere, right? अभी वो यहाँ पे भी वो स्कैनर में आएगा, वो इधर भी स्कैनर में आएगा, right? Like this. See, it came in, expanded here, from here move %2 in an index, not bad. जो इंडेक्स ट्रेडर हैं वो जानते हैं 2% in an index is big move to capture, right? For 1 to 2 days, and then it came in here. ठीक है, उसके बाद एक्स विद द गैप डाउन, तो हम इग्नोर करते हैं. उसके बाद एक्सपेंशन हैपेंड हियर एंड सी द मूव, राइट? ये तो एक दिन का मूव है. 1200 पॉइंट इन बैंक निफ्टी कैप्चरिंग इन एन वीकली ऑप्शन, इट्स too good a trade to be in, right? So for Bollinger Bands, we use the technical scanner of early bands, right? And for open interest, now this is one part, that the band should start widening. This is one part, right? Second and main part we are using here is option open interest, right? So for option in open interest, the abhi if you go to any option module, right, basic screen we get is this one. इसमें भी पता लगता है, no doubt about that. But then I need to zoom in, zoom out. I need to go through each and every chart to see. The beauty of strike is the screen named strike coincidence, right? इसमें आपको you will get is for the expiry of 30th May as on 3rd May. That means Friday end of day. Okay. What is the highest open interest strikes both in terms of call and put. So our focus is only on these two because जब ये लोग भागेंगे then the price move will be bigger, right? If the minor supports तो बीच में बहुत सारी होंगी, that for an index will be at every 100 points. For a stock can be at every 10 points or 20 points depending on the interval of the strikes, right? So we need to see these strikes and this basically defines अगर आपका जैसे आरती इंडस्ट्रीज, राइट? अब जैसे हमने वहां पे चार्ट पे वो देखा, निफ्टी का ही देखा, सो इट इज सेइंग 23,000 हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट इन कॉल एंड 22,000, सो यही उस चार्ट में था, राइट? यही था, but instead of going through chart this way for every instrument, I can get it on this, right? Now there is an option which is interpretation. Usme there are 5 options. Neutrals means the price is in between, somewhere in between the support and resistance. मतलब वो मिड पॉइंट पे है, but it is neither close to the support nor close to the resistance. Like this RT 750, इसकी resistance 800, 50 points down, support 700, 50 points up, so it is in between, right? Second is, इसको बाद में आएंगे हम, near resistance. So basically when the price is within 1.5% of your call option which has the highest open interest, right? Then it is classified in strike as a near resistance. So 650 is the highest call with highest open interest in AU Bank. Price is at 645, hardly 1% away, so it is near resistance, right? Third option is our near support, same way, for the with relation to 1.5% within put option, right? Now the main which we are focusing here is above resistance and below support. हम लोगों के लिए these two options are the go for options. Why? See, when the अभी जब resistance तोड़ेगा तो writers at that resistance will cover, support तोड़ेगा, writers at that support will cover, then that gives me an opportunity to enter the trade by as an option buyer. So we will focus only on these two criteria, above resistance and below support. For on that also, abhi, this 0.82% can change within an hour, right? So we will do our criteria for selection will be double digit covering in C of P. ठीक है, मतलब minimum 10%. ओके, लेट्स डू इट. अब आप बोलोगे कि एक लार्ज कैप और इंडेक्स स्टॉक में 10% या 15% होना बहुत रेयर चांसेस, राइट? यस, बिल्कुल होते हैं, बट देन यू विल गेट मतलब लार्ज कैप में 7, 8, 10% मूव आना भी बहुत रेयर चांसेस होते हैं, राइट? सो व्हाट विल डू इज हम इसको थोड़ा मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं, बट ठीक है, लार्ज कैप में विल से और इंडेक्स स्टॉक्स में विल से 7 to 8% minimum change, right? Mid cap में we say more than 15% change. Once this has happened, so that means there is a substantial threat to the option writers. So our purpose is to identify in this above resistance and below support only two things. One is with the high, if we are taking above resistance, डबल डिजिट, जैसे चोला फिन, highest its resistance has been broken, right? And there is a 23% reduction. So this becomes an visit, right? तो अभी हमारा समरी क्या हो गई कि हमें दो चीजें देखनी है, कवरिंग इन सी और पी, एंड सेकंड बॉलिंजर बैंड्स एक्सपेंशन, राइट? और राइस पैटर्न breakout. If both these conditions are satisfied, right, we are good to trade in option buying, right, sir? अभी इस सेटअप से now the thing is you can do it two ways, right? One is आप E और D OI analysis करो, right, and then see VB expansion, और लाइव में you run early widening scanner and then do OI analysis in live market, right? So these are the two ways where we can make an entry. पर्पस हमारा सेम है, हम देखेंगे वही दो चीजें, ओपन इंटरेस्ट में कवरिंग एंड बॉलिंजर बैंड्स में एक्सपेंशन, बट डिपेंडिंग ऑन कहाँ कब हम किस टाइप की मार्केट में हम हमारा एनालिसिस पे कंफर्ट कैसा है, बिकॉज आई मेनली डू एंड ऑफ डे एनालिसिस, तो मेरे को फॉर मी ओपन इंटरेस्ट एनालिसिस कम्स फर्स्ट एंड Bollinger Bands expansion comes second step, right? Or for some who are very much comfortable with by analyzing during live market, they can use this live scanner on early widening of Bollinger Bands. ठीक है जी? Now as I told you, अभी इस केस में हमारे पास मतलब there are n number of trades. I know if we are using you all know, right? If we are using technology efficiently, we can improve our productivity, right? अभी जैसे पहले होता था, जब तक स्ट्राइक लॉन्च नहीं हुआ था, तो आई यूज टू मेक एन एक्सेल शीट, सो इट यूज टू बी लाइक 2-3 आवर्स का आफ्टर, मतलब पहले तो वेट करो कब हाफ कॉपी रिलीज होगी, उसके बाद 2-3 घंटे लगा के एनालाइज करो, एंड देन फिर स्टॉक अगले दिन की तैयारी, राइट? दैट those days I used to trade on this setup hardly 3-4 stocks a month, but that too also used to give me good money. अब जब से मैंने स्ट्राइक यूज करना शुरू किया है, इट टेक्स मी हार्डली 30 minutes इन द मॉर्निंग, क्योंकि मुझे पता है सुबह उठूंगा तो सब कुछ रेडीमेड डेटा इज ऑलरेडी देयर, राइट? ये डेटा अपडेटेड होगा, ठीक है? प्राइस चार्ट तो है ही है मेरे पास ऑफ एवरी मिनट, ठीक है? It takes me hardly 30 minutes to identify trades. And even to my surprise, I took around 20 trades in April. Right? अभी ट्रेड्स की बात करें तो I'll show you some trades here. ये पहला ट्रेड है सर, आरती इंडस्ट्रीज, सॉरी, राइट? अगर आप देखेंगे तो on 9th of April there was almost 30% reduction in 700 strike, and the price has just crossed 700, right? Although there was an addition in 720 as well. Yeah. चार्ट पे जाएंगे अगर हम, ये 9th अप्रैल, ये 9th अप्रैल की क्लोजिंग, दिस इज द क्लोजिंग प्राइस, राइट. नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग, now I have identified using this options वाला data. Next morning, early widening of Bollinger Bands, right? And then the move started. In one day, 4% move. ATM strike पे अगर मैंने बाय किया होता, तो I would have got what? मतलब बाय किया होता तो I traded also. ATM strikes पे बाय करेंगे तो 30-40% of your option premium, right? This this is the, see, there will be many जो भी ट्रेड निकलेंगे, there could be stocks which gives you 2%, 3%, 4%, but you will find few stocks which gives you 10% intraday move. अभी हमें क्या होता है जब हम देखते हैं ना कि अरे आज का दिन यूबीएल 10% बढ़ गया, शिट आई मिस्ड इट, आई कुड हैव ट्रेडेड. बाद में मैं चार्ट देखता हूँ तो हाँ ये मेरे सिग्नल, मेरा चार्ट के हिसाब से आई कुड हैव बॉट इट हियर एंड देयर, एवरीथिंग कुड हैव बीन डन. याद है किसी को यूपीएल बढ़ा था 10% एक दिन, दिस मूव. चौबीस अप्रैल को है, 15 ये है अगले दिन का मूव. चलो अगले दिन ओपनिंग छोड़ दो, ये क्लोजिंग तक 9% मूव. अगर इसमें से 7% भी मैंने कर ली होती, आई वुड हैव मेड, मेरी एटीएम डबल हो चुकी होती, राइट. अभी मैं हाइंडसाइड पे देखूंगा तो यस, ये तो मेरे सेटअप पे बैठता भाई. दिस वाज अ लॉन्ग कंसोलिडेशन, क्या मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर है, ब्रेकआउट दिया, बट अगेन हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू आइडेंटिफाई एट द राइट मोमेंट. ठीक है, वो आया, ये आया, दिस वन, this candle came in my early widening of Bollinger Bands. 12 बज के, मतलब 11:15 की कैंडल, 12 बंद क्लोज, राइट. एंड नेक्स्ट कैंडल इज माय एंट्री, आई गॉट दिस 8%. लेकिन उससे पहले एंट्री कैसे, एंट्री के बाद सेकंड थिंग वाज, दिस वाज द सिग्नल कैंडल एंड देन आई हैड टू चेक माय लाइव एनालिसिस. एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट आई सॉ 1850 से लेके 1900 वाज गेटिंग कवर्ड क्वाइट फास्ट. पहले 2 घंटे में 1850 की कवरिंग हुई एंड व्हेन दिस कैंडल वाज बीइंग बिल्ड, क्योंकि आपका ये जो स्कैनर है ना, ये आपका कैंडल क्लोज का वेट नहीं करता है. एम आई राइट जय? इज इट लाइव कैंडल, राइट?
यस यस, करेक्ट करेक्ट.
हाँ, इट इज लाइव कैंडल. तो अगर मैंने 11:30 बजे, या 11:30 तो बहुत जल्दी हो जाएगा, मैंने अगर 11:45 to 12 के आसपास भी देखा ना, एंड इफ एट दैट टाइम इट इज ब्रेकिंग द बॉलिंजर बैंड्स, तो इट विल गिव मी इट विल थ्रो मी दिस इन द लिस्ट, द स्कैनर विल थ्रो मी. तो उस वक्त, एंड बिकॉज इट हैज क्रॉस्ड क्वाइट अर्ली, 1880 क्रॉस किया, उस वक्त आई सॉ 1850 एंड 1900 was being cut like hell. So I had to take the entry. 8% move, right? SBI, again same case. Now I am showing you, मतलब दोनों तरह के आपको दिखा रहा हूँ, how I do the live market also, and I, because Aarti was an end of day, right? Aarti Industries. But क्योंकि लाइव मार्केट में भी आई कीप दिस स्कैनर ऑल्सो रनिंग, मतलब आई एम नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग माई सेल्फ टू एनीथिंग, राइट. तो हाउ लाइव मार्केट स्कैनर, मतलब आप दोनों अप्रोच लेंगे तो आपको दोनों में बेनिफिट होगा. दिस वाज अ लाइव मार्केट स्कैनर. ओके, स्विंग ब्रेकआउट, बॉलिंजर बैंड एक्सपेंशन, अगला कैंडल भी वहीं पे. So even if I am late, right, I don't mind, right, but I need to check my open interest. This was open interest at that point of time. So we saw covering 780 से लेके 800 तक, right, and I got to 820. 5% मूव इन अ लार्ज कैप. सी इंडेक्स स्टॉक 5% मूव बहुत रेयर होती है, ठीक है ना, अनलेस इट इज अ क्या कहते हैं उसको, गैप अप हो बिकॉज ऑफ रिजल्ट और बिकॉज ऑफ सम फेवरेबल न्यूज. नहीं तो ये साल में एक बार ही एक दिन में इंट्राडे में 5% मूव देते हैं ये स्टॉक्स. और अगर वही हमने पकड़ ली, और इनकी तो लिक्विडिटी, ऑप्शंस की लिक्विडिटी ही बहुत है, सो देयर इज नो, मतलब हमें कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है कि इसमें लॉट्स, हमें नंबर ऑफ लॉट्स कम करने पड़ेंगे बिकॉज लिक्विडिटी में मैं कहीं फंस ना जाऊँ, ये वो सब इसमें प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. तो दिस इज वन. अभी पिछली बार चवन जी ने पूछा था कि कैन दिस बी यूज्ड इन इंडेक्स ट्रेडिंग, ठीक है. तो हमने अभी देखा था बैंक निफ्टी का 29 अप्रैल का मूव. For index trading, I use 15 minute charts. To be very honest with you, okay? Stocks के लिए I use 15 and hourly दोनों, but index trading के लिए I use 15 minute. hourly में मैं बहुत कम जाता हूँ, ठीक है जी. तो ये रहा 29 अप्रैल का मूव आपका. It has been captured. चलो मैं क्लोजिंग ये, हाँ ये गैप अप छोड़ दो. चलो यहाँ से 18,500 से this is 900. Yes, I did that. How? मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. This was high open interest on previous day. Options में हम ये है, previous day was 26th of February, right? 26 क्या है? 26. ठीक है सर, ये देखिए 48,500 का आपका हाईएस्ट कॉल का ओपन इंटरेस्ट है, राइट, और 48,000 का आपका हाईएस्ट पुट का ओपन इंटरेस्ट है. सो फॉर दिस वीकली एक्सपेंड, मंथली और वीकली मर्ज है. सो बेसिकली क्या है कि नेक्स्ट, दिस वाज 26 वाज नॉट, हाँ 29 वाज मंडे ट्यूसडे. तो 2 दिन में 48,000 से 48,500 की रेंज है, राइट. तो और अगर आप चार्ट देखोगे, ट्वेंटी सिक्स को इट टच्ड 48,000. सी द लो कितना है, 48,088, राइट. बट देन लास्ट 15 मिनट्स में वो रिकवरी में, ठीक है ना, एंड देन इट ओपनड एट अ गैप अप. सो व्हेन इट ओपन्स अप एट अ गैप अप, आई नीड टू बी लिटिल स्केप्टिकल कि मेरी वो तो स्ट्रांग हो गई. और एक तो वैसे ही ओपन इंटरेस्ट कह रहा है कि इट इज स्ट्रांग, और दूसरा अगर गैप अप हो गया तो मतलब बायर, पुट राइटर्स आर मोर स्ट्रॉन्गर देन कॉल राइटर्स. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप, अभी 15 मिनट पे बॉलिंजर बैंड्स, सिर्फ बॉलिंजर बैंड्स. हाँ, इसमें अब क्योंकि स्ट्राइक में द स्कैनर्स वर्क ऑन लोएस्ट टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ 1 आवर, तो इसमें आपका 15 मिनट पे आपका स्कैनर नहीं चलेगा. बट क्योंकि इंडेक्स तो दो ही हमें ट्रैक करते हैं, मतलब आई ट्रैक ओनली टू, आई डोंट ट्रेड ऑन फिन निफ्टी एंड मिड कैप निफ्टी. तो 15 मिनट का चार्ट इज गुड. तो यू सी हियर द प्राइस इज slightly moving, मतलब bands are expanding, trying to expand. Now I know at this point of time that my 48,500 call has the highest open interest. My swing resistance is, or I'll say my 500 is this, ये मेरा ओ आई रेजिस्टेंस है, ठीक है, 48,500, and this candle it closed above the right, and bands have started to expand. So now this is not a confirmation for me, right? उसके बाद वो 15 मिनट 30 मिनट आधे घंटे तक वो फिर उसमें घुसा रहा. नेक्स्ट कंफर्मेशन वॉज अब 10, ये है 9:15 की कैंडल, राइट. देन द एक्चुअल एक्सपेंशन happened at this candle, which is 10:15 candle, which closes as 10:30, right? 10:30 पे what do I see? I see this. 10:30 पे I see सुबह से, इससे पहले the calls were getting added, right? उसके बाद I see at 10:30 the green one, नीचे वाले जहाँ पे मैंने हाईलाइट कर रखा है नीचे देखोगे तो greens is below zero, so that means calls are getting covered, call OI change, right? And there is huge put open interest. So 48,500 पे put open interest बढ़ रहा है, calls have started coming. This plus my bands are expanding. मेरी एंट्री तो बनती है भाई, बनती है ना. एक और कंफर्मेशन, एक बहुत अच्छा चार्ट है मल्टी स्ट्राइक ओआई इन स्ट्राइक, ठीक है. इफ यू सी एट 10:30 सेम टाइम, मतलब आपको अगर इससे समझ नहीं आ रहा है भैया बहुत छोटा है यार, इसमें क्या है, राइट. इधर देखिए, कॉल ओपन इंटरेस्ट हैज स्टार्टेड डिपिंग बिलो पुट ओपन इंटरेस्ट, कंफर्मेशन ऑफ दैट, राइट. देन आई गो टू द, अब मैं ट्रेड करता हूँ ऑप्शन में, तो आई गो टू सी द चार्ट ऑफ दैट ऑप्शन प्राइस, ठीक है. मेरे ऑप्शन प्राइस का चार्ट सेटिंग आपको ऐसा दिखेगा, ठीक है. उसमें ऑप्शन प्राइस का चार्ट रहेगा, उसमें ओपन इंटरेस्ट रहेगा, उसमें वॉल्यूम रहेगा. 10:15 की 5, और वो मैं 5 मिनट कैंडल यूज करता हूँ, ठीक है, नॉट 10:30, सॉरी 15 मिनट, ठीक है. 10:15 की 5 मिनट कैंडल पे ओपन इंटरेस्ट इज अ ग्रीन लाइन. सो ओपन इंटरेस्ट मेरा सुबह से गिर रहा है इस कॉल का, राइट. ओपन इंटरेस्ट लेकिन कब, मतलब इनिशियली जब हुआ स्टार्ट तो इट स्टार्टेड राइजिंग एंड देन इट स्टार्टेड फॉलिंग, और 10:15 के आसपास इट स्टार्ट्स ड्रॉपिंग ड्रास्टिकली. तो ये कैंडल के हाई पे मेरी एंट्री थी एंड माय बुकिंग वाज, मतलब ट्रेल करते करते आई वाज एबल टू कैप्चर. तो ये मेरी ऑप्शन प्राइस मोर देन डबल, ठीक है ना. So we can use this setup on anything and everything, ठीक है ना सर. लेकिन हमें वो बेसिकली चेंज करना पड़ेगा डिपेंडिंग ऑन आर टाइम फ्रेम, चेंज करना पड़ेगा, राइट. सो दिस इज, अभी आई टोल्ड यू आई विल शो यू सम सैंपल. अब मेरा एंड ऑफ डे का रहता है, राइट. एंड ऑफ डे का रहता है, तो अभी मैंने लाइव एनालिसिस जो किया उसके चार्ट्स दिखाता हूँ आपको. मैं हर चार्ट सेव करता हूँ, ठीक है. तो सेकंड का है ये चार्ट. तो ये उससे पहले आपको मैं वो दिखा दूँ ऑप्शंस का. सेकंड मई, पेट्रोनेट, ठीक है. दिस इज डॉक्टर रेड्डी, 16% रिडक्शन इन अ लार्ज कैप इंडेक्स स्टॉक. मैं तो बोला था 7 to 8% इज गुड इनफ, राइट. 7 to 8% is good enough for me, but 16%, although it has not crossed, but it certainly warranted some interest. तो ये मेरा चार्ट है सर. अभी क्या होगा, मेरा अगले दिन के लिए ये चार्ट फिक्स हो गया कि डॉक्टर रेड्डी का चार्ट मैं सिर्फ 1 आवर की देखूँ, ठीक है, क्योंकि आई हैव डन एनालिसिस ऑफ 1। नाउ ट्रैक बीबी एक्सपेंशन, लेट्स गो टू स्ट्राइक। 915 एक्सपेंशन, राइट, हाईएस्ट 6335। अभी आपको पता है थर्ड को निफ्टी किस हिसाब से गिरी है, बट इन दैट डे ऑल्सो, ड्यूरिंग दैट डे ऑल्सो, दिस gave me a good and 1.5% मूव दे दिया मैं, ठीक है ना, दिस इज गुड फॉर मी। सेकंड स्टॉक वाज पेट्रोनेट एलएनजी। Now the price is above resistance and there is 100% increase in the open interest। हमने तो बात की थी कि डबल डिजिट में रिडक्शन होना चाहिए। अब सर उस दिन इंसिडेंटली क्या हुआ कि ऐसा डबल डिजिट वाला कुछ था नहीं। अगर आप देखोगे, अगर मैं सिर्फ अबव रेजिस्टेंस पे जाऊंगा, तो मतलब एज सच एस्कॉर्ट्स ये ऑलरेडी मूव चल चुके हैं, ठीक है, एस्कॉर्ट 4-4% मूव। सी, इफ अगर वो 4-5-10% चल गया ना, तो नेक्स्ट डे तो आपको भी पता है कि वो कंसोलिडेशन में जाएगा। डेली 10% आप कोई स्टॉक नहीं जाएगा, राइट, अनलेस इट इज अ वेरी गुड, देर इज सम वेरी गुड टेलविंड बिहाइंड दैट मूव, राइट। तो कुछ था नहीं, तो आई ट्राइड सर्चिंग अदर थिंग्स। दिस वाज इंटरेस्टिंग, 105% अबव रेजिस्टेंस, अगेन अबव रेजिस्टेंस है, क्राइटेरिया मेरा वही है, अबव रेजिस्टेंस है, बट 105%, so that means there the sellers are stronger of 320 call, and there is a covering in 300 put. So despite what, 7% price is 7% above the support, the put writers are not confident enough, है ना? तो मेरे को उसका चार्ट देखना था, जो भी देखना था, तो दैट आई हैड टू गो टू 15 मिनट्स, क्योंकि आर्ली पे वो कुछ बन नहीं रहा। So this was my marking. So I had identified the levels कि 320, see again 321 का ये और 319, राइट। उस दिन थर्ड को द गिफ्ट निफ्टी वाज शोइंग गैप अप, राइट, बट दिस 100% gave me an indication that there is a probability of sell off after the gap. I was ready to sell it, sell this stock, right, index नहीं। तो क्या हुआ ना, ये था मेरा यहाँ पे, आई एनालाइज्ड हियर फर्स्ट 15 मिनट कैंडल, बिग रेड कैंडल, बियरिश एनर्जी, इतनी कैंडल्स को उसने किया, ठीक है। देन द मूव स्टार्टेड एंड फ्रॉम हियर इट गेव मी 2.5%, ठीक है। सी अगेन, आपको डेली बेसिस पे अगर आप ट्रेड करते हो, इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग मोर, इफ यू वांट टू ट्रेड डेली, हर दिन आपको 10% 7% के प्राइस मूव वाला स्टॉक नहीं मिल पाएगा, बिकॉज देयर आर सो मेनी स्टॉक्स। हर सेटअप की एक लिमिटेशन होती है, क्योंकि हम एलिमिनेट करते हैं ना, तो वो हर चीज़ नहीं कर सकता, राइट। तो अगर आप डेली 2-3% वाले भी करते हो, तो यू आर बेसिकली accumulating small profits. This 2-3% moves वाले trades, I call it an easy money trade. इसको तो हम कैश मार्जिन पे भी ट्रेड कर सकते हैं, even if I'm not comfortable in small में doing options trading, option buying, तो cash margin right? Then also it makes sense to me. बट हमें नहीं पता कि वो 7% का मूव कब देता है. हाँ, उसका आइडिया हम लगा सकते हैं. कैसे लगा सकते हैं? अभी जैसे इतना तो पता लग गया कि 300 तक जा सकता है, राइट? बिकॉज द नेक्स्ट सपोर्ट इज, मतलब द मेजर सपोर्ट इज 300. ठीक है ना? वैसे ही आप अगर डॉक्टर रेड्डीज का देखोगे, तो हम 6300 के बाद है 6500, ठीक है, एंड बीच में है 64. तो बेसिकली 100 पॉइंट मूव तो मेरे पास मिनिमम आएगी ना. तो 100 पॉइंट मूव और उसने दी. अगर आप देखो चार्ट, तो हाई थर्ड का एग्जैक्ट 6420, तो इसमें मेरी एंट्री से 6320 की, अगर आप देखो यहाँ पे एंट्री पर मैंने मार्किंग कर रखी है 6313, ठीक है, 14, जो भी 6320 का 100 पॉइंट्स मूव आफ्टर माई एंट्री. ठीक है. अब इसमें एक और चीज मैंने आपको बोला, न्यूज फ्लो इज ऑलवेज डिस्काउंटेड. अगर आप नोटिस करोगे तो ये न्यूज आई साहब शाम के 6 बजे, ठीक है ना? ये न्यूज आई, दिस न्यूज वाज नॉट गिवन ड्यूरिंग मार्केट, लेकिन प्राइस मूवमेंट और मेरा डेटा ऑप्शन ऑन सेकेंड showed there is covering, something is brewing, something is coming. इसका रिजल्ट नहीं था डी, फिर भी ये इतनी कवरिंग क्यों? ठीक है. और अगर आप थर्ड में जाओगे तो थर्ड में भी वही है, सुबह से कवरिंग. प्राइस डिड नॉट मूव, इनिशियल 1 आवर में प्राइस डिड नॉट मूव, वो वहीं पे टिका रहा, बट कवरिंग हैपेंड. ये है हमारा ये कहाँ है, कुछ भी नहीं, वहीं का वही मूवमेंट आई बाद में, ठीक है ना? So this is basically the whole structure. So we have summarize मैं कर देता हूँ. We use strike point insights for open interest analysis. ठीक है. वहाँ पे हम देखते हैं above resistance and below support, double digit covering if EOD. सेकेंड देखते हैं Bollinger Band expansion on hourly canal. दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन. This works, it works beautiful. This is it. अभी हम क्वेश्चन आंसर पे चलते हैं. Yes sir.
Yes. So, yeah, Chavan, please go on.
या सो सर, ये बॉलिंजर बैंड स्कैनर्स एक बार दिखा देंगे?
Discover section scanners. इसमें आपका ये टेक्निकल स्कैनर, उसमें बॉलिंजर बैंड्स, एंड उसमें देर इज अर्ली बैंड वाइडनिंग, एंड द basket I have to select FNO, and time frame I have to select early.
Okay, thank you. Anyone having doubts can raise the hands now. We'll unmute you. You can start asking your doubts. Okay. Sharma.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for giving the knowledge. Just this for live market, I have two questions. This open interest gets updated how frequently? I mean, just open
Sir,
interest.
we are on 5 minutes delayed data right now, but we'll be shifting to 1 minute very soon. We need some time, but we'll shift to 1 minute delayed data.
My second question, sir, like I was trying to see on Rohit momentum setup, it gets 1 hour only. So when I saw that Rohit movement cross like new buy, new sell, that by the time I saw that the price has already changed. What I'm trying to say, new buy sell, for example, it has given 22,560. For example, Nifty. But when I saw that, it's 560, but by the time, price, it got appeared on the screen, the price has already, gone up by 50, 100 points. So that is what this thing, why it doesn't happen live. So because the
सर
price.
अब जैसा आपको चवन जी ने बोला कि द डेटा राइट नाउ इज एट 5 मिनट्स डिले, ठीक है, तो आपका स्कैनर भी जो है वो 5 मिनट्स डिले पे चलेगा, बट आई कैन गिव यू अ सोल्यूशन टू इट, हाउ टू वर्क अराउंड इट विच आई यूज, राइट। अगर आप देखोगे कि ये रोहित स्कैनर पे ही चलते हैं, ठीक है, it is there are two options, live and last candle close. Always use live, right? First thing is that, ठीक है। सेकंड आप उसको 12, मतलब अगर आप मतलब कैंडल क्लोज से 5 to 7 मिनट्स पहले देखो,
ओके,
सो यू विल तो आपको यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू मिस दैट।
ओके,
लाइक आपने अगर मतलब 11:15 की कैंडल है, 12:15 क्लोज होती है, राइट, you try to see the scanner at 12:07, 12:08, ठीक है, वो बेसिकली आपको 12 बजे का दिखाएगा, राइट। जो प्राइस जब मूव, हाँ बोलिए।
means what you are suggesting is that when Rohit scanner is about to cross.
Yes.
So just from the visually you can see that it is almost about to cross, touched, and it is about to cross. So 5 minutes before that, just you want me to watch. That is what. Okay.
Yes. बाकी जल्दी ही the data will be 1 minute live, as Chavanji said. So then that problem will be sorted out. But till that time, you can use this
Okay, sir.
shortcut.
Thank you, sir.
Or work
Thank you,
around
sir.
it. Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next is Vinay Vijay. Vinay Vijay.
Hi. Hi, thanks, Mohit, and for this session. I have two questions. One is on Rohit scanner itself. One of the trades I was observing, what happened was it gave a sell crossover on one day. I usually do the end of day trades because Saturday is the, and very next day it gave a buy crossover. Now I just wanted to understand, and I was under the assumption maybe it is going into consolidation, so that's why the whipsawing is happening. But actually it ran on the, I mean it didn't fall, but it ran up steeply, right? So in this case, why such a thing happens? I just wanted some insight. I thought only when the consolidation phase happens, the RMI, what do you say, whipsawing would happen. But here it was a false move, and then how do we avoid such false move?
Jay,
देखो
if you want to take this.
हाँ जय would should take this.
Sorry. Vinay, can you please repeat it? I wasn't hearing that.
Vinay, which date was this? Bank Nifty?
No, this was not Bank Nifty. This was one of the FNO stocks. Um,
If you can mention, we can refer to the chart.
Yes.
I'll open the chart.
just
Yeah, and also please do repeat your question.
Yeah, so
Please.
Jay, so what happened is I got a sell crossover in RMI,
Okay.
and I took a trade in PE. I bought a PE.
Okay.
Very next day, this is I think Tata Power. Yes, this is Tata
Okay.
Power, and the very next day, it gave a buy crossover.
Okay. So I'm very sure I think it wouldn't have broken the averages. May not be even 20. When
So you were seeing on a daily chart or an hourly chart?
I saw both daily and hourly. Yeah, I saw both daily and hourly.
No, the crossover happened on.
The crossover, so I took the trade at the end of the day, around 3:20, 3:10, that sort of timeline.
Which date was this?
I've opened the chart of Tata Power daily. I hope everybody can see my screen right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'm just opening it. Yeah, so while I open it, maybe I'll. Just a minute.
Okay, you can raise your hands, okay, later on. By then, we'll continue with others, Vinay.
Next
Okay, just remember which
question.
date, if you can tell us, it will be better.
Sure. I'll tell you. The other question that I had was with this Bollinger Bands, right? Now, can this Bollinger Band expanding and contracting, can we use it for stocks as well? And if yes, then how can this setup be used for maybe end of day trades or daily charts, right? Let's say I can't do
Vinay,
it.
all this webinar, that is what he explained how to use it. You attended late?
Okay, I think no. What I am asking is like, can we use the same open interest and Bollinger Band combination to enter stocks for end of day after post market, and also have an exit strategy post market, put a GTT or good to trigger with some targets, and still this holds good instead of going into options.
Yes, you can do that for cash trading also. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, because if I remember last time also someone asked if they want to do cash trading. It's simple. If the Bollinger Bands is expanding, right, and your open interest covering you are seeing in the call or put, okay, or cash trading में तो you will only buy, not sell, right? At the end of day, if you identify the levels at which the entry you can make, beyond which you can make, like I showed you for this my live chart of Dr. Reddy and Petronet LNG. Okay, so I identified the levels beyond which I was supposed to trade. So if I'm not trading options, so I can just put in the orders, waiting orders in the system, or the cover orders in the system, and I can go for a peaceful sleep. No, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. This can be done. Vinay,
Yeah.
I hope your query is sorted, right?
Yes, I got it. Maybe I think you can ask others the question. I will just tell you when I entered the Tata Power
Sure.
and
Tata Power.
Okay, sure. Next is Asha Srinivasan. Asha Srinivasan.
Very good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
And I really am thankful to your team. And I have made good many using Strike. Even Coforge was used by me 2 days before, seeing the why. Okay. And I would like to know, I'm using Mohit's pattern. I think this is the second time I am attending Mohit's class, Mohit's
Yes.
session rather. And I am using his model and it is fruitful to me.
Good to hear, ma'am.
And the third thing is, I would like to have a rollover class, rollover session whenever it is.
Ma'am, last week, see, rollover usually it will be done on month end, but this month we had to skip it because Jay was not available. He is the expert for
Okay.
this. So next month onwards, we'll make it as a habit of having rollover sessions. Whenever,
Okay.
after the month end, immediate Saturday, we'll have the rollover webinar.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Yes,
I
sure.
even went through that, but I'm not happy with the. I mean, I have got a lot of queries with that. I mean, you have released a video on that, but I'm not able to understand it rather.
Okay. This month end we'll definitely have without fail.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
After the month end expiry happens, immediate Saturday we'll have the webinar on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am. Next is Abhay Vaidya.
Hi, मेरी आवाज आ रही है? Is it
हाँ
audible?
जी, आ रही है.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I got to know that open interest data is getting updated every 5 minutes, but just wanted to know how much time does it take to have the scanner in real time? मतलब वो data कब update होता है? Yeah.
Data, everything is 5 to 6 minutes, sir. Actually, we get the data because see, we have to pay the NSE. The data cost is very high, but we are trying to upgrade very soon. We'll upgrade it to 1 minute delay, and we need around 1 month time approximately. Okay, we are also trying to this one. Yeah, it will be 1 minute delayed later on. As of now, it is 5 to 6 minutes because process होने में भी 30-40 seconds लगेगा data. Okay, so it is around consider around 6 minutes right now.
So basically, अगर आप अभी देख रहे हो, it is 11:16. Okay, the data you are seeing right now in the screen, मतलब if it is a
It
open
is
day,
11:20.
light day, so the data you are seeing is of 11:10.
11:20 sir. 11:16 मतलब 11:10 का है.
हाँ,
Okay.
right, 11:10 का है.
Hmm.
ये 5 to
And
6 minutes applicable for open interest data
everything
updation?
everything in the tool is 5 minutes delayed.
Okay. Or
All
scanner?
scanners, charts, open interest data, कुछ भी.
Okay. And scanning is only available for hourly. उसके नीचे 50 minutes scanner available नहीं है.
That is also work in progress. I
See,
understand.
once we go to right now we are on 5 minutes delay, so there's no point having 15-minute scanner. So only we have kept it hourly. Once we push it to 1 minute delay, no, then we'll have 15 minutes, 30-minute scanner also along with hourly.
Right. So that means that even if we go for the early Bollinger Band signal scanner, then there might be some lag of 5 to 6 minutes, right?
Right now,
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Thanks for the
Hmm.
answer.
yeah. Okay, Rakesh Negi.
Well, I appreciate your platform first, and this RMI is very good. I have a query regarding this RMI. Is this RMI is a modified MACD, or I mean,
It's a faster version. It's a much
of,
faster version. Yeah,
of MACD, right?
yeah.
No. So
I
there is a
mean,
different formula that goes into that. Obviously, I mean, we cannot reveal the formula, but you can consider it as a rate of change type indicator.
Okay. Okay. And based on, let's say, based on your experience, how do you find, let's say, a new buy signal has been generated based on RMI? So if you rate it, because I'm new to this, so how will you rate this, or how will you?
See,
Yeah.
honestly, Rakesh ji, actually, that is an entire concept that needs to be taught, and it is very difficult to explain that in 2 minutes, 5 minutes. What I would suggest is that there was a detailed webinar that was done by Shivam. I think
In YouTube,
Shravan,
it is there.
have we put it over here?
Right now, no. We'll put it.
No.
You can just go to YouTube channel, please.
Yes.
Yeah. You can just go through this webinar. We have explained, in fact, a couple of weeks back only. Okay, the webinar was there. Yeah, strike_IC, sir.
Thank you.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to videos. Videos, sir. हाँ. नीचे आइए. No, not this.
Actually, we had uploaded. Just give me a minute.
No, just click on the
मैंने भी देखा.
channel. Yeah. Just click on the channel,
Mix
sir.
क्यों हो रहा है?
No, you have to click on the channel only. Yeah. Yeah, just click on the channel. Go to videos now. Yeah. Yes, here.
This one.
Yes.
How to use
Yes.
RMI effectively.
Okay, that is 13 days ago. Okay, you can just go through this webinar once. A detailed presentation has been given as to how to use RMI.
Yeah, if there is any further question, you can, whenever we do RMI next, you can, join and you can ask your question.
Yeah. I'm actually posting the link of the Telegram channel. Everyone, if you can join, that will be great. Because there we'll be sending the intimations for webinars and all. Please do join our Telegram channel. Okay, next is Sandeep Kumar.
Hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. मेरा क्वेश्चन मोहित जी से है. मोहित जी, आपने ना अभी जब बैंक निफ्टी का आप दिखा रहे थे तो आपने अपनी ज़ीरोधा की स्क्रीन दिखाई थी. वहां पर आपने ऑप्शन ओआई इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर ईएमए लगाई हुई थी, मूविंग एवरेज थी.
20 पीरियड. हाँ, बेसिकली आई सी कि वो 20 पीरियड मूविंग एवरेज को ब्रेक कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है.
हाँ, मेरे को वो सीखना कि वो आपने लगाई कैसे है, बिकॉज आई वाज ट्राइंग टू डू दैट थिंग फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू डू इट.
उसमें अगर आप वहां पे जाओगे ना, मूविंग एवरेज की सेटिंग्स में जाओगे, जिस MA20, ठीक है, वहां पे पैनल में यू विल गेट ओपन इंटरेस्ट का पैनल.
ओके, कैन यू सर शो मी हियर? ओके,
लॉगिन करना पड़ेगा. इट्स नॉट हियर.
ओके सर, आप मेरे को ऐसे बता दीजिए. आई विल ट्राई.
जब आप मूविंग एवरेज की सेटिंग्स पे क्लिक करेंगे, देयर इज अ ऑप्शन फॉर पैनल, ठीक है. वहां पे आता है ऑटो पैनल.
ओके,
उसमें ड्रॉप डाउन पे क्लिक करेंगे तो आपके जितने भी पैनल्स हैं ना नीचे, वहां पे आएगा. अगर आपने ऊपर ओपन इंटरेस्ट का ऐड कर रखा है तो वहां पे ओपन इंटरेस्ट भी आएगा. नीचे वॉल्यूम ऐड कर रखा है तो वॉल्यूम भी आएगा. तो यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट द डिजायर्ड पैनल.
ओके सर. ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Okay, next is Surjit Sodhi.
Yeah, good morning and thanks to both Strike team and Mohit ji for this webinar. Thanks a lot. So I have two questions. One is with Mr. Mohit Agarwal, and that is, can you give me an example of a positional trade using the same setup? And subsidiary to this question is, do you have any social media presence wherein you share your high probability setups? And the question from with Strike team is, since I'll have to log off immediately, what are the offers running on Strike platform to enable us to join? If you can just
go to pricing and billing once.
Okay.
Yeah. Mohit ji. Just go to pricing and billings. Yeah. So you can go over here, plans and billings. You can subscribe over here. Yeah. You can go and subscribe over here.
So this is a 1 year pay 15% discount, 2 years pay 16% discount. This offer going on.
Yeah. So now coming to your next question. Yeah, positional.
उनका एक क्वेश्चन था पोजिशनल. सर देखिए पोजिशनल आप कर सकते हो, बट देन ऑप्शंस, इफ यू आर एन ऑप्शन बायर ना, तो 2 दिन से ज्यादा अगर आप ऑप्शन रखोगे तो देन इट विल अल्टीमेटली थीटा डीके उसका किक इन कर जाएगा. So our intention is to just write that 2 days, maximum 3 days, मतलब 2.5 days का move, उसमें ही वो move आएगा. Because once a move happens, say even if a stock has to move 7 to 10%, right? It can move in 2 days, और उसके बाद then it goes into consolidation. वो 2-4 दिन वेस्ट करेगा. But हाँ, you can use this setup for a futures trade या cash market trade, उसमें आप कर सकते हो. Option buying में करोगे तो I would suggest not to go beyond 3 days holding, but for futures and others you can use the same setup for holding for long. फिर आपको daily chart पे जाना पड़ेगा. Futures के लिए you will have to go to daily chart, and early widening on daily chart would be a good option.
Okay. Next up is Smith Singh.
हेलो या मोहित जी, हाय, गुड मॉर्निंग. मैंने आपकी लास्ट टाइम भी कॉल अटेंड करी थी एंड आई हैव बीन टेकिंग ट्रेड्स एंड दे हैव बीन प्रीटी प्रॉफिटेबल फॉर मी.
Good to hear.
So would request 2-3 things over here. Above resistance तो आपने बताया. How to go about if you can show that below resistance के अंदर अगर जाते हैं, so how to short it and below support. And second is that with just an example, if you can show where to keep a stop loss, because yesterday I took all these things with AU Bank, and where should I keep my stop loss? If you can show these 2-3 things would be.
Okay, so first below support पे देखते हैं सर. Idea is same here. जो हमारा above resistance पे है ना, there should be a double digit covering. Okay, covering in the put open interest, highest OI PE strike में there should be a double digit covering. उसके बिना then the price may not move, or there is more than 100% like in this cohort, जैसे मैंने आपको Petronet का दिखाया था above resistance. There is more than 100-200% addition in that strike. Okay, so then there is a possibility that price may reverse. Instead of going down further, it may reverse upward. वो सपोर्ट लेके उससे ऊपर चला जा सकता है. ओके
Okay.
So this is below support and above resistance. Second question क्या था आपका? How to use stop loss. Okay, for stop loss, I use the chart of option which I trade. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Because I use for trade management I use option price chart. जैसे मैंने बैंक निफ्टी में आपको दिखाया ना कि मैंने ऑप्शन प्राइस का चार्ट खोल के फिर किया, तो फॉर ट्रेड मैनेजमेंट ये कल का है सर. सो बेसिकली आई यूज दिस, मतलब चार्ट लेता हूँ तो फर्स्ट स्विंग लो, सी माय एंट्री वाज, अब इसमें डीप स्टॉप लॉस है मेरा, आई एग्री, राइट, इनिशियल स्टॉप लॉस, माय एंट्री वाज अबाउट 210, राइट, ऑफ दिस 6300. माय स्टॉप लॉस वाज दिस फर्स्ट स्विंग लो which is around 168, but I was lucky enough that the after some time the price just gyrated there and my stop loss got tightened automatically. So मेरे को ultimately actually I added my positions here again on this move. So basically the funda is you work on the options chart on 5-minute time frame and the nearest swing low is your of that option price is your stop loss
On a 5-minute chart.
on a 5-minute chart.
Okay. Right. And if you can show me, let's say in AU Bank, I just did yesterday this trade. So where should be my stop loss if you would have taken that trade?
AU
Because
Bank कौन सी strike?
Sir, please.
AU
which
Bank
strike?
650.
Sir, this is not a recommendation. Please note.
Sure.
650 call or put?
Call.
ये वाली. Is it right? Have I opened it right?
Yeah.
इतना फ्लक्चुएशन आया उसमें. ओके.
हाँ जी.
तो बेसिकली कॉल आपने खरीदी है, कहाँ पे खरीदी है? चलिए सपोजिंग आपने ये है 3 मई का, ये यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. This 3rd May. Here. Okay, this is the starting point. Okay. तो सपोजिंग आपने यहाँ पे कॉल की एंट्री ली है at this level. I'm just giving hypothetical. On 25, then your stop loss would be at this level. Yeah. Because the signal entries, signal candle is this, right? The high of this candle. With how I trade. Okay, I'll tell you. High of this candle, beyond high of this candle, I make an entry. अब इस कैंडल के बाद से पहले, इमीडिएट पहले आपका स्विंग लो इज दिस.
Right.
So 18 would be your stop loss. Would have been your stop loss.
Okay. And can you show the same in the chart? I mean, not in the option chart, but in the other. Yeah.
बट मेरे को आपका एनालिसिस नहीं पता ना, आपने किस बेसिस पे किया था सर? किस टाइम फ्रेम का चार्ट आपने यूज किया?
I saw that 650 there was a loss. There was about 18-20% options. They were cover up.
Covering.
There was short covering, and I moved in when it was about 650, and it moved a rupee or two, but there was short covering which was keep happening. However, the prices kept on going down. So
okay. Which day you 3rd only you took that trade, right?
Yeah. Yesterday only. Yeah.
You took that trade. So, second AU Bank. Okay, 650 covering was only 30.33%. Okay, you said intraday हुआ है क्या? Okay. 25%. Yes. See, honestly, if I go by my setup, ये ट्रेड नहीं बनता था. ठीक है? Why? I'll tell you. एक तो second को there was no covering. It was hardly 0.33%, and the price was in a neutral zone. ठीक है? Second, if I go strictly by my setup, मेरे को my bands are not expanding, right? It is actually into contracting. यहाँ से contract हो रहा है.
Right.
So this should this could have been avoided. That is why I said na, we need to see combination of both, because ultimately
Right.
see price is main thing. Underlying का price नहीं move होगा ना, तो data अपने आप change हो जाएगा options का.
Right.
Okay.
ठीक है.
That
Done. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Mihir Goyal.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So my question is, I've attended your previous session also, Mohit. So it is helping. But one thing which I observed in this time is that on the expiry day, right? After expiry day evening, when I was analyzing, I've seen that Gale open interest is there, right? In option, like lot of short put covering is there. Sorry, not call covering is there in the gate. So in the evening when I was analyzing, next morning I took position, right, in call, 210 call. But after that, around 11 a.m. when I was looking at option build up again, and it was not there. Means in the evening it is showing 200%, something like that, high number. And next morning around 11, I took position in the morning, right, around 10. But around 11, when I have seen it is in neutral zone. So have you encountered this kind of scenario in your trading experience? And what you do means, although I end up in profit only, but I was means you can understand, right? कि
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah, yeah.
things
Yes,
change.
yes.
So is it happened that
Yes.
morning suddenly everything
Yeah,
changed?
it happens. एक तो उसके दो कारण है सर. एक तो एक्सपायरी के बाद lot of adjustments take place. Okay. Now, first thing I would like to ask कि आपने evening में कितने बजे analyze किया था?
Yeah, around 9 p.m. somewhere between that every day I used to.
Okay. So I can assume that data was updated at that time. No issues in that. But still ऐसा हो सकता है. So and I have also faced this because everything cannot work on 100% basis. आप भी जानते हो, ठीक है ना? कुछ उसके whipsaws आएंगे. The thing I do is if I have taken trade, ठीक है, I do not continuously see the open interest change unless I want to carry it to the next day. मतलब ये है कि मेरे पास मूव आ गई 4-5% की आ गई, देन एट अराउंड 2:33 PM अभी मेरे को प्रॉफिट बुक करना है, देन आई सी ओपन इंटरेस्ट कि हाँ वेदर द नेक्स्ट लेवल इज गेटिंग ब्रीच्ड और नॉट, और इज इट गेटिंग और द रेजिस्टेंस इज गेटिंग क्रिएटेड. अनलेस दैट हैपेंस आई डू नॉट चेक. मैं सिर्फ अपना ट्रेड ले लिया तो उसके बेसिस पे बस चलता रहता हूँ, बट इट कैन हैपन.
एंड ऑल्सो मिहिर जी, जस्ट टू ऐड टू दैट, क्या होता है कि आपको ये भी क्लू है ना, आपको जब आप ओपन इंटरेस्ट का चार्ट आप देखोगे ना, तब आपको दिखेगा, बिकॉज ऐसा हो सकता है, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू एन हाइपोथेटिकल फिगर, ठीक है, कि 200 में 1000 ओपन इंटरेस्ट था, ठीक है, और 210 में मान लो कि 1010 था. तो दैट इज वाई द स्क्रीन विल शो यू दैट द हाइएस्ट ओपन इज एट 210. ओके, बट वो अगर 210 में से ओपन इंटरेस्ट थोड़ा भी घट जाता है एंड द नेक्स्ट हाईएस्ट अवेलेबल स्ट्राइक इज 200, तो वो सिस्टम बाद में नेक्स्ट जब भी रिफ्रेश होता है तब वो 200 बता देगा. सो जब जब भी कोई भी स्ट्राइक में बहुत क्लोज ओपन इंटरेस्ट रहेगा, ओके, तो दैट टाइम यू विल सी सच सॉर्ट ऑफ फ्लक्चुएशन. And to confirm that, you can also go to the option, I mean open interest, and you can confirm, okay, is it really happening that way.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. So basically means I was just checking whether this data is means is it because of some data calculation or is
नहीं
it
नहीं नहीं सर,
actually
इट इज
happened in the
नॉर्मल.
market?
इट इज नॉर्मल स्पेशली ऑन द नेक्स्ट इमीडिएट डे आफ्टर द एक्सपायरी.
Okay.
स्पेशली उस दिन आपको ये अक्सर देखने को मिलेगा. बट वंस द डेटा इज सफिशिएंट इनफ फॉर 2-3 days, उसके बाद ये इशू नहीं आता.
Right.
बिकॉज सी आफ्टर एक्सपायरी न्यू पोजीशन स्टार्ट्स गेटिंग क्रिएटेड, राइट? तो
Yeah.
उसमें जैसे होगा तो बिकॉज दिस सिस्टम इज लाइव, थ्रोइंग यू लाइव डेटा. हाईएस्ट कॉल ओपन इंटरेस्ट, हाईएस्ट पुट ओपन इंटरेस्ट इज ऑन लाइव बेसिस.
Right.
तो जैसे ही किसी स्ट्राइक में चेंज हो गया तो वो उसको थ्रो करेगा ना.
Right. So basically, I think मैंने initially एक term नहीं use किया था, but you answered it. So liquidation I was checking, right? It's a liquidation we see.
हाँ.
call liquidation. So that was showing 200%, but maybe because of expiry, you mentioned correctly.
Yes.
On
yes.
that day, there is an expiry, lot of position is squared off, right? It was showing very high, and next day suddenly it dropped off.
New positions get built up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Suresh Sharma.
Hi, good morning to everybody. So, Mr. Agrawal, my question to you is that many times we find that, if you're looking at a particular stock, especially in futures, okay, the volume levels, keep varying at the cash level to the future to the option strike price, So just wanting to know ideally what would lead the volatility. Is it the purchase at the cash end or the future end or at the options end?
Yes, sir. आप करोगे इसका आंसर?
I don't know. I
फ्यूचर
mean,
एक्सपर्ट आप हो ना यार.
नहीं. So what is question is कि क्या कर सकता है drive? I mean, it can also be cash volumes as well.
Sir, basically, it will mainly be your crash price.
Sure.
जब तक आपका अंडरलाइन का प्राइस मूव नहीं होगा ना,
Hmm.
right? Your underlying price starts moving substantially, कोई news आ गई or there are the good results and there's
Right.
substantial movement in price, then the volatility will creep it into your futures and options.
Right. So then my second question comes is that options data need not necessarily be an indicator of the trend, because I think a more fundamental that would be a volume at the cash or futures market, right?
No, so it is actually a holistic approach what you have to follow. I mean, see, that is what honestly we do. I mean, it is not just that is one indicator that we are looking at. For example, even open interest may, if I think there is a breakout, okay, then I have to understand that price action mein kya kar raha hai, because like Mohit ji also said, underlying is the most important thing, okay, and uska price movement is going to dictate everything else.
Okay, let me give you this. I have some statistics to show that almost 8.5 out of 10 times. Okay, eight and a half 10 times. There is a contraposition in terms of the volume that is there in the cash market and at a particular strike price of a stock. Okay.
Okay.
So the sudden surge in volume at the cash level, then only initiates the change in the open interest positions.
So I think you have your answer, right?
Right. So what I'm trying to say is that shouldn't volume become more fundamental in our, even for to early gauge option volatility?
No, so then to that, the other argument will be कि for every buyer there is a seller, right? Then whom will you trust कि कौन correct जा रहा है? How will you judge that?
No, that is because there you couple volume with price, right? You're not looking just price in isolation, right?
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. See, Suriji, the thing is that different people will have different approach. Okay, there are hundreds of things in the market that work, and those are all statistically proven as well.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm asking from the point of view of volatility. What triggers volatility? Is it, because for the underlying to move, as he rightly pointed out, right? The underlying starts moving, coupled with volume, then that is where the volatility gets affected into the options market, right?
Yes, right. Right.
Correct.
Unless the underlying moves, the
Right.
underlying price moves, there will be
Right.
no volatility in the options segment of that stock.
Correct. So that's it. So probably there's a better chance of an early detection of volatility if you look at a price volume movement on the cash market, followed by futures and then by volatility, right?
No. Then there is a different approach also, sir. As Jay said, there are plenty of roads that lead to Rome. ठीक है ना? People who use volume profiling also for trading, they use on futures chart, not the cash chart.
Mohit, one thing I want to distinguish is I'm not talking about a strategy. I'm trying to understand the fundamental premises for what triggers volatility. It's not a strategy. Each of us can have our own strategy depending upon what we want to do. I agree on that. I'm trying to understand a little bit more fundamental, given all your wisdom and experience. What could be the trigger point for volatility to start shooting up?
The trigger point is that one day Jay with 1,000 crores in his pocket decides to buy Reliance Industries irrespective of the price.
Hmm.
ये एक layman के लिए. This is one thing. So
Okay.
if someone or Chavanji decides to sell Reliance Industries worth 500 crores,
Hmm.
this will be the trigger point.
Right. Okay.
Because it will automatically generate your volumes also, na?
Right. Correct.
So
Understood.
fundamentally, the big money or the what you say strong hand, which we say,
Hmm.
is the driving force of the price.
Sure. Right. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Mr. Sanjeev Chaudhary. Sanjeev Chaudhary.
Thank you so much. I have three questions. The first one is related to the strike OI insights. Sir, we have only Nifty there. Bank Nifty is not there in this.
Sir, है बैंक निफ्टी है. You just need to change
You
the
have to change the expiry.
expiry. क्योंकि बैंक निफ्टी expiry is on Wednesday, ना? So if I change the expiry from 30th May to 29th May, I'll get bank nifty.
Bank Nifty abhi aaya.
Sanjeev ji, next.
Another question that I want to ask is on this options front. This you talk about multi-strike. If you can open that multi-strike OI, there on the top there are two columns: OI change and combined OI. So if I switch any one of them on,
this is a separate section and this is a separate.
अच्छा. What is the impact of OI change if I
अगर आप इस section को देखें, if you this right now is of total OI of this strike, 645 CE and 645 PE का total. If you want to see only during the day what change has happened, then you click on this OI change.
Okay. And combined OI, sir?
Combined OI is for all expiries. Current month, next month, far month. सबका मिला के total. If you untick it, it is only for current month.
तो सर अगर मुझे इंट्राडे खाली करना है तो उसके अंदर में मैं बॉलिंजर बैंड का यूज करूं और आपका क्या बोलते हैं ओपन इंटरेस्ट का चार्ट यूज करूं. These two combinations you are suggesting?
स्ट्राइक हो इनसाइट से आप उसको एनालाइज करके फिर ऑप्शन का चार्ट यूज करोगे. भाई पता है.
Okay. Next up is Darshan. Darshan Kumar.
Hi. How do you use how many lots do you book? I mean, do you book even quantities? And how do you book the profits and trail the stop loss?
Okay, my style might be different from yours. Okay, I take in all full quantity at one go, but I scale out. Scale out in the sense is I book some at 1:1 RR, 1.5 RR, 2 RR, something like that. And that scaling out depends on the price I am seeing on the underlying. If the price is moving fast, I may not scale out at the predefined levels. I may wait for some more. So it's all case-to-case basis, but standard procedure is I scale out at 1.5 R and then at 2, and then the balance I trade.
After you scale out at say 1 hour or 1.5 hour, you'll remove your call.
Sorry. Hello, I didn't get your question.
Actually, wait, we'll have to unmute him because I don't know, he might have muted.
Yeah.
No, I got muted by the host actually.
Yeah.
What I think after you partially book at 1 hour or 1.5 hour, you'll trail your stop loss to the cost for the remaining quantity,
Yes, at least to the cost.
or the nearest swing low, whatever is
Yeah,
specified.
yes.
Thank you.
Samina, Samina,
Hello, hi.
Yeah, hi. Please go on with your question.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go on with
Okay,
your
okay,
question.
okay, okay. Can we strike helping to trade BTST or STBT?
Yes, this can
Uh,
help you in trading BTST, STBT if you see the open interest at 3 p.m.
okay.
So you will understand how the things are going on, right?
Explain how
But
was analyzed.
sorry.
Can you explain how was analyzed?
So,
So
yeah, wait.
it will be analyzed the same way like I do in the end of day. There's no change in for BTSC STBT.
So actually, Mohitji, I have one which I had analyzed. I think just 1 second if you can go to
मैं
that.
स्टॉक शेयर करूं क्या?
नहीं नहीं आप शेयर करो चले अच्छा हाँ ठीक है मैं शेयर करता हूँ.
हाँ.
So over here, I think when I was checking the data, sorry, options में strike हुआ insights. It was which day I had. Okay, so yes, so it was over here at this point. Okay, it was 29. So when you see 29's data, okay, over here actually there was this y change. So sorry, I may have a slightly different approach as well, but over here the basic point is that we have to look at the charts as well. So this sort of works as a screener, but when you see HDFC AMC, you can see that it was in a consolidation for a very very long time. Okay, and it was just approaching this upper Bollinger band. And on this day, I think it was this day or the other day. Yeah, it was this day when the RMI had given a bullish crossover. Okay, this day.
Okay,
Right.
breakout.
Yeah. So this, like I showed you, this was 29 COD data, and uh, uh, this on that day, while I was checking the screen, I saw that on 29 this is giving a bullish crossover. So that's where I mean on the very next day it was up somewhere around 3-4%. So, but see, the honest, thing is that you may not get such trade every day. Okay, but yes, you'll have to work hard and find out the data and see where uh, this crossovers and all are happening. So that will help you to, get some perspective. But this was one trade I have at the top of my mind because I had taken that and, it had given a very good result. So that is why I just wanted to share.
और सेकंड क्वेश्चन में सेम गैप अप और गैप डाउन इसमें भी सेम ही रहेगा.
Yeah, I mean the process remains the same. So मान लो कि if this would have ended over here, okay, and ये crossover रह के ये actually bearish crossover देता, तो you could have expected that
ट्रेंड लाइन.
yeah, this can open gap down as well.
नहीं, नेक्स्ट डे गैप अप और गैप डाउन जो होता है वो
हाँ.
मतलब बिफोर डे कैसे वो इसमें एनालाइज करें.
No, so see, these all things now, this will give you the screener for the entry point, okay? Then you have to come back to the setup and you have to analyze कि ये कहाँ पे मतलब ये कहाँ पे रिवर्स हो रहा है कहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा
हाँ,
है.
या
If you want, I mean I trade a little positional, so I may want to keep 20 hour or the 40 hour as the reversal level, but if 30 minutes suits you, then that can, I mean, you can keep that as your reversal level. So whatever basically suits your style. Okay, but the broader point is that this screen will actually work as a screener for you to analyze the stock, and probably you may have your own methodology or the setup to then trade the stocks. because the very next day, when you see, you would see that there was a big open interest cut that happened over here. Basically, 3,800 call. There was 65% unwinding, and the open interest shifted higher to 4,000 level.
Okay. Increased.
Yeah, I mean, so the base got increased on the, the ceiling got increased on the upside. So
Okay.
that's where they covered 3,800 where the highest open interest was, and they shifted higher.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mohit, you can take over.
Yeah, one plus. वन प्लस GM1911 हैंग हो चुका है। नहीं। ओके, आशा श्रीनिवासन।
Mohit sir, I would like you to go on 29th April and see for Apollo Hospital. And can you give me your views on that?
29th April.
Yes.
You have to share your screen, no, Mohit sir.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Now visible?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, ma'am, this is just my view. We are not giving any buy sell recommendation.
Yeah, yeah.
We are not authorized.
I just wanted to know your views. That's it.
Apollo Hospital, 11,000.
हाँ, सो इसमें ना एक्चुअली क्या हुआ रहेगा, ये स्टॉक गिरा रहेगा ना, सो
हाँ
पीपल
गिरा है, ये गिरा है,
हाँ
बहुत ज़्यादा गिरा है, एंड दिस इज एक्चुअली we should better ignore this. Why? Because 11,000% increase means this was hardly 1,000 or 1,500 इसमें original OI रहेगा, that we can check from.
I think the next day it would have gone down only, maybe. If not for the entire day, then at least intraday. Well,
So basically, see, out of 134,000 at the end of day, 133,000 got added in on 29th April itself. That was because it moved 4% down.
Yeah.
Right. So for right. So this is 26. This is, so for me, this is a no trade. Now it, see, two things. One, it has moved too far away.
Yeah.
Right. It is showing 4.65%, but the range is around what, 300, 200 points more. So to 7% move, there was more than 7% move, right?
Yes.
So as I said, after the 7% move, the price is going to consolidate. It cannot continue in that way. So, and second warning was this, the open interest addition on that day.
Okay.
That does not suit this kind of trend. So it was basically, for me, it was an avoid.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Vinay Vijay.
Yeah. So it was startup hour on 24th April. Hourly chart at 2:15 it gave a self crossover.
24th April. Yeah. No, there was not a sell crossover. 24th April was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And even if you see the candle, it's actually what do you say? Very engulfing, and it goes below both 20 and 40 on average.
नहीं but
नहीं एक चीज देखो, हाँ सॉरी जय
नहीं
कंटिन्यू.
नहीं please go on.
See, the crossover happened at this candle, 115, right?
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
And if you understand the cycles of RMI, this might be a fresh cycle, but
So what happened is on end of day I took a trade in PE because it has given a sell crossover with the confirmation of closing below the both the moving averages, and it was a bearish candle, and then the next day end of day it gave a bullish crossover.
Yeah, तो वो firstly तो वो भी indication था कि it gave a bullish crossover as well, right? I mean, it is not that कि वो sell crossover में ही वो ऊपर चला गया. And
हाँ,
secondly, Mohit ji, if you can do the daily chart to see what the setup was over there.
24th was the sell.
तो यहाँ पे
But above averages.
I told you that time only that the sell wouldn't have worked because it wouldn't have broken the averages.
And one more thing, अगर आप देखो hourly पे भी, if you stick to hourly also, then also the bullish crossover, this consolidation would be the first sign of warning to you. There's something different might happen, right?
Okay.
ये 3-4 hours की consolidation. The price was not able to sustain at the lower levels, and the curl up happened in your RMI.
Yeah, in fact, the bands were also not expanding despite a sell crossover. So these are all sort of red flags, and also that on the higher time frame, which was daily, the averages were not breaching.
So always we have to have a confirmation with a higher time frame, is it?
Yes, obviously. I mean, we have done it enough now that we do sort of do multi-time frame analysis as well, because I mean you are using lower time frame to execute your trade, okay, but your higher time frame should also be given that due respect as well, right?
Okay.
The mentorship program.
Just go through the webinar once, no RMI.
And what should have been the stop loss in this case?
So I think वो मोहित जी का strategy ही जो था, that was those sideways consolidation. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can go through this webinar.
Webinar.
Yeah. And Mohit ji, if you can come back to that chart. So the other thing was that when your higher time frame is trading above the averages, okay, and you are getting a bullish crossover on a lower time frame, that itself is I mean, it's a red flag, and you got to move out of that, right? Okay. So, and the other thing was that कि Mohit ji wala setup also worked over here, जहाँ पे it was in a band for a very long period of time. On the hourly chart, if you can do.
If you see this, ये देखिए. See, this consolidation is a perfect recipe for the breakout in Bollinger Bands, right?
And this again, you saw a bullish crossover.
And then it went up.
And for one more confirmation, does it make sense to, instead of using live, can we say last candle close, so that we will have two, let's say either two greens or two we will get. If it is bullish, then we get two greens, then we are sure that it is going up, and there won't, I mean, we will reduce false moves.
No, so see, whatever signals that you get, you have to look at it at the end of that candle. Okay. I mean, if you are getting a bullish crossover, wait, I am just trying to annotate. I cannot.
Shall I stop sharing?
नहीं. It's okay. You can share. खाली वो वहां पे बता दो कि see Vinay, the whole point is that whenever bullish crossover comes, okay, on the candle closing, then you have to treat that as a signal. I mean, you don't need to wait for 2 candle, 3 candle for the confirmation. I mean, in market there is no 100% trade as such. Okay, we are all trying to trade on probability.
Right.
So when there is a bullish crossover and you have one swing low that is established, okay, and then when you see that Bollinger bands are starting to expand and so on, so then you have that trade that until that low doesn't break, there is a probability that a fresh cycle can kick in.
Yeah, I think what I missed was the Bollinger bands in this thing.
Right. Because
Bollinger Band.
when there is a cell crossover, तो usually ऐसा type का cell crossover में ना you should get immediate decline because it is like a cycle completion and then there is a cell crossover, right? But वो cell crossover में when the prices are not falling and it is rather the band is rather narrowing, then it is a case that you need to be careful. And also when you see the price action also for few days back, I mean, this looks more like a consolidation that is happening.
And the same thing, like for example, a cell crossover can lead to a fall or a sideways movement. And the same thing happened for a buy crossover, where after buy crossover, it again goes into consolidation. Is that a possibility?
See, there will be different cases, but one thing that you have to understand कि इसमें higher time frame में the averages were not breached, right? So when that is the case and when your higher time frame is bullish, then you will want to concentrate more on the bullish setups when you are getting on the lower time frame. So your question will be valid if, your question wala scenario will play out when the broader trend is bearish. So at that point of time, when you see a bullish crossover, it may not work because on your higher time frame, the setup is bearish.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And one more question I had was on the open interest inside table, right? When we have to see the double digit, now is it always, what's the difference between the green and the red numbers? Yes, like OI change now here, one is green, the other one is red, right? Now is it always
Green is the addition of open interest
okay? So
in
if
that
it,
strike. So 23,000 call strike has added 44% open interest on 3rd of May for Nifty.
so for this option setup, we can also look at the double digit if it is red. Like for example, above resistance.
We have to see our first preference should be of red minus liquidation. See, we want to participate when the option sellers are in pain because then the price move will be fast.
Okay.
Okay, our first preference is always double digit liquidation, which is minus red, whether call or put.
Okay. And this OI is only taking into account the seller quantity, right? Or the seller contract.
OI का concept ही आपका seller के base पे ना देखिए सर. Anything which is made for OI based on OI is made for sellers, option sellers.
Why is that so?
Because they are the strong hands. They are blocking 2 lakhs of capital for 2,000 rupees of return.
Okay.
And they are taking more risk. And overnight risk अगर लेते हैं तो next day अगर circuit open हुआ against your trade,
yeah,
then तो option seller is screwed ना.
It doesn't mean that if OI increases, it doesn't mean that all the sellers have a buyer and the transaction happened. It just means they have done it and it comes out, right? Or does it mean the transaction is complete with the buyer?
No. Unless a trade is executed, there will be no addition of a single contract ना. आपका वॉल्यूम तभी आएगा जब कोई ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट होगा इन अ सिंपल कैश चार्ट, राइट?
Right.
same ways, if unless there is a new contract added, मतलब new contract traded.
Okay. Got it. So this indicates essentially the volume change or the trades that happened
No,
at that
no, no, no,
price.
no, 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 no. The volume will be different from the OI change. You need to go deep into this open interest things in some basic. कहीं पे आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Need to pick up some book to read. Because volume in options or futures is different from change in open interest.
Any suggestions where I should refer to sort of?
जीरोधा वर्सिटी है सर, मैं तो वही पढ़ता हूँ. और बुक नहीं पढ़ी. जीरोधा वर्सिटी का ऑप्शन मॉड्यूल इज गुड इनफ.
Okay, thanks, Sunil. Last question for the day, Atul Bhatia.
Yeah, hi guys. Thank you for the session. Mohit ji, quick question. How do you handle, volatile, stocks? Do you avoid them or you still look at them? For example, iShares, PFC or Hindustan Copper?
सर जितना
Because
वॉलेटाइल होगा उतना मेरे को फायदा भी हो सकता है ना. See,
correct.
my only criteria to exclude any stock from my watch list is the liquidity in its option contract. मतलब अगर liquidity नहीं होगी and तो spreads बड़े होंगे, then there will be too big slippages.
You do
Liquidity
that.
नहीं होगी then I may get stuck in my position.
Absolutely. So you do that through naked eye, right? On the screen.
हाँ, मतलब अब इतना कर करके आइडिया हो गया कि कौन सा 5-10 हजार कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाला नहीं उठाना.
Okay. And one question to Chavanji and Jay. Have we rolled out RRG or what's the plan?
No, boss, not it. We are going to do it. We are little stuck on that. We are working on it. Actually, the RRG team is yet to get back to us with the issue. The EXE what they have provided, it is giving some issues. So we are just waiting for their response. So we'll definitely do it this month. In fact, ours everything is done. We are just waiting for the response from RRG team to solve one issue. So that is where we are stuck. Okay.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So with this, let's end today's session. Mohit ji, once again, thank you so much for spending your time. Yes. And I hope everyone learned and be a part of the Telegram channel. I'm again sending you in the chat. I've already sent it. Okay, everyone join the Telegram channel so that whenever there is a webinar, we'll inform you. Okay, I hope everyone had a good session. I hope please keep using Strike, subscribe to Strike and keep using it. Thanks. Thank you everyone.